What's up guys, it's me Jack, and today we are in Transport Fever 2, so we are not gonna do anything else since we just basically ended building literally our whole hubs over here, as you can see, all over the map. I'm gonna do a bit of an exploration right now with what we have built before we get into what I'm planning to do. So yeah, this is season 2. Oh, I need to turn my date off. I can't have my date on while this is happening, because obviously I do not want a different era to happen, because we're basically going to stick to this era in season 2. So today we are just only going to just chill out on the trains, on the passenger lines, not the bus lines. It'll only be the train lines and the plane line we'll do the plane line last. So yeah, first line we are going to do is do the Rayleigh to Halifax line. So we're just going to wait till our next train comes. So we're just going to speed the game up. So yeah, this is like a final goodbye until we officially leave season 2, and then we will eventually move on to season 3, which will be our next series, and it's going to be literally a lot bigger. It's going to be the large map size configuration, then it'll be to very large, so that'll be our final temperate map, and then we'll go into then we go into huge map territory for like the dry, and then for the more, I'm looking at my bank account here and seeing like, is this gonna go in debt or something? I'm kind of scared how the trend's going so far. It's quite a bit of building up, right? 500. Yeah, it's going down a bit by like 30 million. So I think the best thing to do with these kind of things is not have it in very high. I think very high might be a little too much in case of maintenance costs. Like, it costs a bit too much to maintain, and it can really cause us some trouble. And I think that was our initial cause of our debts we had before. So we're just gonna get to see when this train arrives, and it's right here. Is it? Yes, it is. Halifax to... not Halifax, Rayleigh to Halifax. So yeah, we're gonna do that first, and then obviously we'll do the reverse and do that again. Then we'll obviously move on to different lines and so and so. So we're just gonna get on the train. We're not gonna go through like that. We're gonna do it more like that, but we'll obviously hear our engine sounds and stuff. Or should we try? But it sometimes makes the experience slightly worse this way, so I'd say do it like this. That's what I personally do. So yeah, this is the first train line we've ever built. My first passenger line we've built ever in season 2. So yeah, the next stop is Bradford-on-Avon. So yeah, enjoy the speed, enjoy the scenery on the way. That's the whole point of this episode, the showcase. You know, just enjoy it. Enjoy the scenery, enjoy everything we've built over season 2. And yeah, this is our final goodbye by checking out all of our old passenger lines. So we're heading towards Bradford now, passing the coal quarry that just cannot get emptied, or it has problems. It's kind of struggles around this area. This is one of the bigger hub areas here. And then we got the more awkward architecture literally in a bit where the freight goes, you know, to the freight lines. You can hear class 37 already on your left. You can hear class 37. And if we're able to see it, oh, I think we're just right under it then. So yeah, I guess that's just how it is. That's congested. That was the congested steel mill it will congested with trucks and stuff. As you can see, these steel are being delivered to the machine's factory. So yeah, I can see Bridlington already. We're heading towards this Newark Northgate style crossing. Yeah, we'll pass that. Bridlington, there we go. We arrived at Bridlington. Now, yeah, obviously, this is Bridlington. So it's gonna obviously unload and then reload. Right, it's full. Right. But to be honest, it's not gonna be a huge problem if it's a bit full. Not a huge, major problem. So we're heading towards Halifax now. We're about to do reverse and then go on our next line. So yeah, it's the shortest line, I think. Actually no, if I rank it up from which line, like one by one. So shortest I think is the Shuttle line from Halifax to Wiveliscombe. Then it would be really to Halifax regionally. And then it's you can hear another class 37, you can hear it. I think we're about to oh, it's coming from there. Right, it's coming from, it's just about to pass. I think that's the Halifax train, I think it is. Or could be the Halifax train. So we're about to cross that bridge where the iron ore quarry is. Yeah, that's our iron ore train. That you can see, or it's probably not an iron ore train, is it? I think it is. Obviously, we'll see in more detail on the reverse, because the only thing we can see right now is this size and this point of view. So obviously, to make more sense on the way back. Another class 37. That's our shuttle train here to Wiveliscombe. We're racing along with it. We're literally racing it. That's one of the bridges for like the sort of Halifax bypass road. That's a Halifax bypass road here. We're about to go over. So we're literally about to touch Halifax. Not touch, but like arrive at Halifax. Yeah, there we go. Halifax, and then we're just gonna do the reverse now. I do not know how long this video will be for exactly. I'm gonna speed this up. So obviously while this train's going, we're gonna wait till this sets off, which is literally gonna be now. This train is officially full. Oh, I'm getting a bit worried actually. Oh god, that's quite a lot of people. Oh god. I think we've got a class of 50 with us, yeah. for the, I think the Halifax to Gainsborough line. I think it's that line, yeah. The Class 170s do the Halifax to Bradford-on-Avon line. So yeah, we're heading on this side now. So we should be probably seeing, we'll be able to see the iron quarry, the iron ore mine on the way. So yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's the oil factory we've just recently basically built. No, I think, yeah, that's the oil factory we've recently dealt with, you know, for the backup power elastic and stuff. That's what we did it for. So yeah, that's our oil trucks for Bridlington plastic. Go another train, I see. I think this bit of track then was for the Halifax distribution lines. So yeah. Yeah, there's an iron ore mine where them trains picked up, the Class 47s picked up. We've got the other train here as well. So yeah, that's the iron ore mine, as you can see. And under that we've got the sort of the hub lines, and the plastic factory is not too far from that. We've got number 37. Yeah. So this is a Halifax food service, I think. Yeah, that's definitely for Halifax. So we're heading back to Bridlington, and that's the only line that stops at Bridlington. But it also is the same for Greensborough and Sheppey. So Bridlington and Greensborough and Sheppey are the more lonely stations because they only get stopped at by one line. Easingwold gets pretty much most of the lines. It gets pretty much all the lines nearly, except this line we're on right now. Like, that's kind of what it basically is as well. It gets mad busy here, jeez. Yeah, I cannot imagine this is going to ever clear off. See, I don't know if we should add more trains to this though. Like, I don't think it's a huge issue, really. I don't think it's that huge of an issue. Like, slight overcrowding is not a problem. This is not really overcrowding though, that's just, like, I think it's just somewhat reminding a couple more trains on, but like they still mostly do alright. So we're about to head into this Newark Northgate style crossing, you know, where the machines factory is. And after, like, sort of behind them hills, referred to these hills as the track that, you know, for, what was that? The other times. We can hear another 30 seconds, see. Yep, it's the oil tanker train. Oh my god, please don't ruin that view. So yeah, here is the tracks that lead to the machines factory. So the machines factory is literally right there. So you can your view. That's the machines factory. And that's our steel trucks and everything else. So we're about to go into this hell of a design with just sort of train then. I think that's like a food train. Yep, that's a food train. Oh, is that the plastics train? That's the plastic train actually. We use fertilizers, I think. Yeah. And then after that we're gonna go into our Rayleigh to Bradford-on-Avon line. So yeah, we're gonna do that after. Also like 2 stations as well. So yeah, similar length to this line. We're into the walls, right? Really? Well, let's get off. I'll wait for our Bradford-on-Avon train service, which is apparently right now. Actually, no, that's our Halifax service. Forget what I said. So 21:18 we need to wait for. So right, let's just speed up time. I'm gonna be waiting there for a bit. Our money's kind of getting a bit low. Our money's lowering a little bit though, which is a bit. I do not like that. 464, 465. Oh god, this might go bad. This will possibly go bad. Like, I don't really know what the problem could be, because let's check on our lines here. Is our balance gone all mad? I do not get what's happening. There's an issue with the Easingwold oil service. There's a problem with that. I don't know what's going on actually. 12 minutes. Right, okay. Yeah, that's causing a bit of a slight slowdown. I don't really know. Bradford-on-Avon, come on. 218. There it is. It's practically the same train. Actually, no, that's not the same train. That's the 155 we're going on, not the 156. But it does sound the same as well, so it kind of sounds the same though. Don't get me wrong, it kind of sounds the same. It seems kind of the same as well, but it's different to the 156. So how long are we in the video so far? We are 18 minutes already. Freaking hell. Not even one line in. Well, 2 lines in yet, so it's... Next stop, Saxmundham. So we are going to now technically join with the freight lines a bit more this round. Because we kind of go into the same triangle as with the trains go. Most of it's kind of, some of the start is the same obviously. We go through the coal mines and stuff until we get to that awkward triangle like motorway junction like. Junction. It's a train junction. So we're about to slow down to go into this. slight bit of like gonna wait till our freight train passes through. Then we've got this weird looking bridge. It's very bad. It's kind of bad. That train's passing. Then that goes, and I think we'll go after that. And that goes. Don't got a bit of weird waiting. Yeah, I'm speeding this up, I'm not waiting in this. So yeah, that's the plane here. Yeah, it's taking off. We're about to do that last. Yeah, it's just gonna be a bit busy around here. But we are going to see some trains pass. Come on, mate, go. Another train. Yeah, but I know there's gonna be a train that's gonna wait behind me. That was a bit of an issue though when you add passenger lines into your freight lines basically. Like when you completely share the same track, it's not good, like it causes congestion. So like that's why last episode I basically added a sort of separation track, like you know what Easingwold is. And yeah, so between Halifax and Easingwold I did a separation track. So yeah, it reduces congestion around Easingwold. Around this, and then go through the beautiful bridge we built. Yeah, that bridge is still really good to this day. I should probably take a screenshot of that actually to get to it. Wait for it, and then we're going to start going downhill through the video. It's all downhill. Take a picture. Look at that. And probably another one here. Let's go over this tunnel. I think around here it's only 60 miles per hour speed limits. Yep. Then we'll pass through this level crossing at the end of the tunnel. train. Class 47 fuel tank. I can definitely tell this line is definitely taking a lot longer already. Then we've got another train. And number 155. Hello. This must be it. Then we're joining into the main line, sort of the main line. We can see the express service to 158. And we'll be waiting there for a bit. Yep, it gets busy around here. And we've got another level crossing. A bit of competition here. I think that's the road that goes from Rayleigh to Saxmundham, you know, over the mountains. Or from Wilmington, actually. It could be one of them roads. Actually, I think the Rayleigh to Saxmundham road that goes on mountains, I think it's the other side of Saxmundham. It's the other side of town, I think. You know, where these mountains are, I think you can see here. I think it's the same road goes there. I think it's that place. It might be the other ones after that. I don't know. But it's pretty cool to see this kind of thing anyway. You know, peaks and mountains. And this is an 80 miles per hour speed limit. Yep, 80. We've got a class 170. Look at that, 2 carriages. So about to arrive in Saxmundham. There we go. Absolute fill up of a station. Jeez, Saxmundham, mate. You got all the passengers here. Waiting for the Rayleigh route. Oh god, when is that? 36. Wait, do I have 3 trains in this line? Or is this for this train? Is this train going to pick them up? Like we're on right now? I think so. I guess it's probably what it is. Go. $30 out of 90. Bradford-on-Avon. Next stop. The next stop is Bradford-on-Avon, where this train terminates. Oh yeah, this video may take longer than I think, 29 minutes. It'll probably take a couple of hours to upload this video. Possibly, I may not even be able to if my computer will accept this for the rest of the day. Look. School. Yeah, that's what it is. It's school. Well, I've done all my homework and stuff, so yeah, I'm fine. Apparently it's going to snow tomorrow, quite a lot. It's going to snow quite a lot tomorrow around Valentine and stuff. So yeah, it's going to be pretty, like a lot going on. Oh god, going to actually get some snow out. You know, we did technically get quite a bit of snow, I think, on Sunday as well, but maybe not as much as we get tomorrow and for the next week or so. 6, oh my god, that meme's getting freaking old. 68. Right, okay. Slowing down now. Yeah, we're slowing down to 55. I don't know why it slowed down there. I think I should have maybe just kept it at like 75. I think we would have been fine at 75 miles per hour. This bit kind of feels quite long. Like, you know, crossing the river and stuff. I feel like I took ages that bit though. So another 170 can go, so 2 hours. Oh, that's the trucks, right, it's the trucks here. There we go. Yeah, we're about to go. Some Sax Monday. Let's go. The 170, there we go. So we're crossing, there's literally 2 other bridges, so one of them I think is for the road that truck's going, and I think this other one is this for? Oh, that's for the Bradford-on-Avon cargo line. Yep, cargo train shuttle line. So yeah. I don't know where the goods and machines go, that's right. Another 170, bloody hell, how many 170s are there? I think there's like 3 or 4. There's a sort of semi-fast express line, sort of, not really, but like it only avoids like one station, so it's not that much of an express line, but it's a more of a limited stop service, I guess you could say. Way more of a limited stop service. So the next stop is back down to Rayleigh, so I guess this line is not getting that much popularity. Not getting that much popularity, is it? There's another train. I think that's a 155 about to head past. Exactly basically what we did. We literally just passed the train. So you'll have to wait till this train goes, then the other train goes. Yep, let's speed this up a bit to stop. That bloody level crossing should have stayed. What the hell? I don't have to do it again. A huge long train. We always have the long trains in this line. There's always going to be really long trains in the freight lines. Like that, no matter what, it'll be a lot. Especially in the olden days. Really, it's going to be a lot more in the olden days around this time period. Like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. They're going to have to be really long trains. Even still, to this day, really. Freight trains are naturally just really long. To fit, like actually fit capacity and stuff. Now time to go up this treacherous hill. Oh my god. Most treacherous hill in history. It is like the steepest part. One of the steepest parts. I think this portion of track in the season is the steepest bit. The most annoying bit to move. In case of speeding stuff, it's pretty bad. Let's take the picture of the other side. Take pic, there we go. With, oops. Not the, oh my god. That's dodgy. And especially here, the curves as well, like, it's obviously just very steep and also curvy, which slows the track starts. It really slows the track speeds a lot. Class 56. There we go. Hello, class 66. They were just recently added last episode. All the 66s. There was a lot going on last episode. We did a lot last episode, and the final episode of the whole season. We fixed quite a few things in it that had serious problems, but this will never ever be fixed. Like, obviously, as busy as it gets, it just never ever will be congestion free. It's still going to be a bit of congestion every now and then. It'll never be perfect. But I think from here it's just easier now at this point. I think on the way back's a little easier to deal with. And cross this weird bridge. Never played again. $42 freaking hell, we're about to end the second line. They're just gonna get longer and longer from there. They're just gonna get a bit longer from there. Oh my god. This is bad. Ugh. Oh god. And that's where the old, like, historic line was that were built way back in the first episode, which was like 6-7 months ago, literally. That's the class 156 on that previous line. There we go. We're done with Rayleigh now. Goodbye, Rayleigh. We wish you a bit more growth as time goes on. We're still, no matter what, going to be our capital city, really, no matter what. Obviously, we will be flying over from Rayleigh Airport and stuff, so yeah. So, this is Rayleigh. Now we're going to head on over to Halifax. We are just now going to do the Wiveliscombe shuttle service, so yeah, that we're just going to wait for that. Wiveliscombe, calling that Easingwold. We're into the other sort of 2/3 of the map. Oh my god. You know, this video might take 2 hours, but like, as long as I sort of have the time for it, then like, I guess it's fine. I don't know. Yeah, that's a 142. It's one of them really hated trains. To be honest, I don't like it either. It's noisy as heck. It's just a bit dull in some way. Like, I don't personally like it that much, but it just, like, it had to be replaced. Like, it kind of had to. It's a bit atrocious. Like, it's too bouncy for some people. For me, it's just the noise and the slowness of it was a bit horrifying compared to some of the other trains. That's another one of the train services we're going to do. So we're just going to do this line first on the 142. At least we're done with hearing sprinters. I was done with hearing them sprinters and they were annoying me. Got the 170 coming in as well. So yeah, that's for the Halifax fuel, I think. It's got to be for Halifax fuel. Yeah, we're parting ways. Next stop is Easingwold. And then yeah, just last episode we did a separation 4-track line. So as you can see, it does not join up anymore, it's now separate, as you can see, the whole way to Easingwold. That should also go, like I think it also goes up to 75 miles per hour as well. So. Well, 50. And that was the only fast bit of this. 75. I think we're about to slow down a little bit. Basically, nearly about that now. We're maintaining 75 miles per hour at least. On the max speed, and let's slow down. Yeah. So yeah, we're going into our third platform, not our first platform 1 or 2, we're platform 3. Like always. This is Easingwold. So yeah, this is the king city of season 2, the biggest city in season 2, and the busiest. Really is the most sort of chillest. Or it might be Bridlington actually, I don't really know. But this is the busiest station out of them all. Really significantly filled up, jeez. And into Wiveliscombe, let's go. The only time we'll be in Wiveliscombe. It's one of the places that just does not get that much attention again. Like, it just doesn't really at all. Like, we're always mostly focused on Rayleigh and sort of like areas like Easingwold that are more focused, like focus stations. But other places more like Gainsborough stuff. Well, I guess. Yeah, but splitting ways now. This is one track. It's entirely one track, as you can see. So I think it's limited to like 50 miles per hour here. Yeah, that might trigger you a little bit, that. Them visuals may trigger some people with, you know, who can't handle patterns like this, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. Well, it's just part of the bridge code rule, unfortunately. Wiveliscombe. Still looks like an absolute metropolis in some way, but still. Like, why do we have super tall buildings in Wiveliscombe, even though it's more of a, like, the most isolated place. It's bigger than Rayleigh, bigger than Bridlington, I think, which is a bit strange. There we go, that's the Shuttle line, platform 0, pretty much. Let's just speed this up a bit because we want to kind of get to places as much, like, as quick as possible at this point, you know. Still waiting for people, jeez. Next stop, Easingwold. I think we're like literally like an hour in now. Gosh, we're literally like an hour in. It's 5 o'clock now, so if this reaches like an hour and a half to 2 hours, this will be approximately take 3 hours, so 2 hours is till 6, 3 hours till 9, just about till I get to bed really, so yeah, by the time that uploads, I'll probably be at bed. I'm not even sure really. So yeah, we've done 3 out of the 6 lines, is it? 6. Halifax. Yeah, 6. So we've got 3. We're pretty much halfway there. So we're kind of halfway through. But they are technically going to be a bit faster because, you know, slightly faster speeds as well. So yeah, it might take technically slightly less than 2 hours long. So yeah, 2 hours is kind of nearly part of my standards now. It's not just for special videos now. I think it's going to be more around 3 hours I will be now. It's going to go progressively longer and longer for more celebration videos. It's changing up standards. Like, I'm not going to do 2 hours in every video. I'm going to do roughly at least like an hour long for like one episode. It might take a bit longer really as well. So And then yeah, there's the Beast City. Now we can actually see it. There we go. The City of Wonders. Metropolis. It's a megalomaniac city. Look at that. I think we need to wait till our other train comes out. Yep, we'll wait till that train comes out. I think that train is heading off. Yes. Look at this view. Take a picture. This city is thriving. Amazing, I'm like a picture freak right now, but I want to make Transport Fever 2 more memorable, you know? Because, like, it just does not feel like I have enough screenshots at times. And I must do another one like here. For all showing all the passengers and stuff. Oh my gosh. It's a lot. And I mean a lot. It still never ever shows Wiveliscombe, doesn't it though? It's a bit odd. Like I don't understand why it doesn't show Wiveliscombe in platform 3. It makes no sense. Like it's literally part of the same line. So it's probably just because it's a one-track platform, but it's still odd. I just want that to change with this timetable mod. Not timetable. The schedules mod. I don't know. We've got class 66. It's passing through. I have to wait till that train goes. Actually, no, that's one of the trains that just go around. It goes around to more Wallingford way. Yeah. Won't take too long. So yeah, after this line we're gonna go onto this line where this other train we can see is going, which is the Halifax to Gainsborough line. Do on the way. This will possibly be the longest line, or not. It might be the express line. One of them two are the longest lines. Oh, waiting for that 170 to head off. Oh damn, it's right in front of us. That sucks. So that's one of the other freight lines, you know, to Easingwold oil factory and the plastics factory and slash the distribution port. That's where this line leads to. From northern bound. Southern bound's pretty much the same as it was before. Of course, there's freight trade in that. That's such a good one. That's it. onto this curve into Halifax. I don't know why this line felt so long. It still does, like, no matter what. 1 hour and 1 minute in. Bloody hell. Seven was about to approach. No, it's not. I'm idiot. That's a 150. I need to remove that tree though. That is kind of annoying. Not being removed properly. Wallingford. Yep, that's going. Now, I do not like how they do this though still. I think what they should do basically is to make this make 100 times more sense in Transport Fever 3. What they should do is they need to they should manage the line system a bit. Like what they should do is add like a starting point and then a terminus point. So like this would be one way of the line and then do the same again, like a start point and then the end point. So basically it makes more sense for the blinders to not say Wallingford but to say Bradford-on-Avon. And obviously Wallingford and Saxmundham are the stops along the way. It's a bit daft the way they do it. The lines just don't make much sense. But this would be pretty much perfect, like Halifax, Halifax. But this should be changed to Bradford-on-Avon, exactly what this says here. So, yeah, basically like that. But I don't always understand how they somehow simulate that though still. Like, it probably just bases it on the terminus possibly. But, like, if we're gonna do a bit, obviously another bit of a terminus bit there, like, you know, in like Castleford and the Hallam line, like it's practically like a terminus, like it turns around, but it's not a terminus. It's literally like it's still like a stop. So it might mistaken to something like that though in the future. It might mistaken to something like that. But like we don't really know that yet because we're not doing all like that. We've still got tons of lines here. Wiveliscombe, Rayleigh, Gainsborough, Bradford-on-Avon, Gainsborough, Rayleigh, Bradford-on-Avon. I do kind of like how this, you know, show the schedules. Like it's all in the varied lines, which is something I like about it. And it's definitely not 10 PM. It still looks like goddamn near daytime. It's like freaking daytime. Need to wait till the 150/1s to come in. Another shuttle service. God, that sucks. We have to wait till that. It's coming now. Like I know it's 46:15. There it is. There it is. Predicted roughly around the right time. But this train does not get there at all. But once we get to Easingwold, it does get proper full. That's why it's kind of still the way it is really. That's like right now. Just sometimes get proper filled though. So yeah, we've got another sprinter service. Obviously, the more different sounds of the 155 and 156. Slightly different, but it's not bad. So yeah, obviously all these maps are going to be like mostly, they all always have a sprinter service no matter what. Like there's always going to end up being a sprinter service because of the 150s and stuff, and they come in the early days, so like there's no other train services we can really do around that time period. So it is mostly going to be 158s, 142s, 150s for a while, and then eventually we may end up replacing them. Unless it's maybe electric train services. But for like the starter sort of stations, and like, you know, the start of the series, we're not going to go straight to electric. We're not really going to do that. We're going to just remain on sort of diesel for a while, or steam train. So yeah, that's kind of what's going to end up happening. So yeah. So yeah, the next season then, it's going to be set around the 1930s. So it's going to be the 30s we're going to set it on. We're going to put it on the quarter speed, most of it. So yeah, it's not going to be in the 1/8 speed. That was just a bit too slow, or it did end up going a bit too fast. I don't know, but like, I did not want to stay in that era for too long like we did in season 2. So yeah, I'm just going to do it like that. And plus we can get ourselves to the modern era in season 3. And no matter what, again, we're gonna keep standard tracks. They're never ever going to be replaced. Unless it's around the 2020s, 2030s, then we would our newest train lines at high speed. You know, like the method Joe Dobson does in this video. So if you see his channel, like in Transport Fever 2 series, he basically, in the more newer eras, he start adding high speed tracks to replace some of his tracks, and for the new, most recent builds. So yeah, that's kind of what he does. I'm planning to do something similar to that, or kind of the same, but yeah. So we're literally racing along this freight service, the fuel service. It's kind of nice to see that go in action. Bloody hell, look at that. That's freaking cool. With the class 66? Not 66, freaking hell. 56. Might be a 37, you never know. Another plane, there we go. 170. So it's heading towards Easingwold Airport. It's going to obviously be the shortest flight for the end of the video, so that's why we are going to do the train lines first. It's always nice to end it more on air travel rather than just the same ground. It kind of makes it more dynamic, like it's a perfect view to see what we built in a high view. You never know, like I don't really know how to explain it, but like the way to end a series, I would think. More emotional way, a more emotional effect, or just a more nostalgic effect, is to know, like, you know, see how, like, what you built, you know, something like that, but on air travel instead of just the same ground channel. So yeah, that's what we're gonna kind of do in the end of the video. I think to take a screenshot for the plane service and make this my thumbnail. That's probably what's going to happen. I think that's what I'm probably gonna do. And this is probably going to get full really quick. Now it's full. There we go. Next up, Queensborough and Shepley. I'm honestly kind of worried how long this video will be already. Like I already am. It's an hour and 16 minutes already. Plus 66. So we're heading towards Gainsborough. What the hell? Okay, how about not... Right, okay, yeah, I don't know what happened, but I hope my video's fine. Oh, that happened. So that's Gainsborough's brick. Oh my god. Oh gosh. This is Gainsborough's brick factory, so. Choo choo, hello mate. Gainsborough and Sheppey. So if we don't see our train coming, I'm just going to pause the video and then unpause again, once the train gets there, because I don't know if we're just going to gain, it's just gains quite significantly more time that we just don't need. So yeah, from now on I'm just going to pause the vid once we kind of get there. This side is empty, but this side is filled. It's chock-a-block full, that, jeez. You can see a plane landing at Easingwold. I kind of question how it has a proper skyscraper though. It's a bit strange. Don't know where that other crossover came from though, that was strange. I had two crossovers by accident. And this is for this is heading to the hub for Easingwold, southern bound. Easingwold. And yeah, that's how it gets really empty, just like that. Like pretty much all in it dropped off at Rayleigh. Not really, Easingwold. So yeah, we're heading to Halifax now, and then we're going to get off the train and then wait for our class 170 to arrive. To do the Halifax to Bradford-on-Avon line. I don't know which line's longer though. They technically would be roughly around the same length, except the 170 can technically go a lot faster. It has slightly better horsepower as well, so it might take a bit less time to go high speed. So yeah, it's more cruising, we're going to be cruising a bit more high speed, like it's faster speed, so yeah. Slight rendering problems though, the trees and stuff. Slight rendering issue. That was quick. Nearly an hour and a half in. I do not know if this is gonna need a part 2. Let's just pause the video for now. I'll be back. Right, okay, so what we are gonna have to do then here is do a part 2. So we're not gonna really do this for like much longer. We are technically just going to, you know, leave it here for today. So we can't really do anything about it because like I don't want to really proper push it, you know, like it's like I don't want this to be over 2 hours long. It's going to be a bit disastrous, especially for uploading and stuff. So yeah, this is just gonna have, that's just how it's gonna have to really be. And yeah, so I'm gonna make myself another custom playlist like called like the Transport Fever 2 Seasons Showcases. So yeah, so I can basically do a whole separate thing. Like I can just obviously add my improvement showcase and in my season 1B series into that playlist instead. So yeah, basically do that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later. See yous.